America ever does anything, space programs or anything at all, because other people behind it. And Russia has been the leader for the last 100 years on like trying to advance uh, science, technology, et cetera, et cetera. Only reason that America ever got into like space, space flights, lunar stuff. Uh, America would have never got into rockets if it wasn't for uh, technology. So they're man, your face.
Free?
What?
We're free?
Free.
All right, cool. Good to see you, Ethan. How's it going today?
Matt, I don't see your face. Matt's Gmail picture shows up. It looks like a couple of squares. And I mean, it doesn't matter. I've seen him before. I know what he looks like.
Fair enough.
I don't have internet in my house, and every time I go to Kroger, one of those Spectrum guys like, "Check the internet you have." I was like, "I don't have internet." Did you need it? It's like, no, I don't. And generally, if I go to Kroger, it's for a very specific thing, and I'm already like, it's like 9 o'clock at night, and I look like a person who doesn't have internet or needs internet.
This is setting the tone, right? See, because this is in a way a companion to expectations too.
Right.
And so right here, this is where it kicks in. It's breaking down the whole, how the Russian organized crime syndicate rose to power. It built the power back of La Cosa Nostra. Yeah, because expectations follow this narrative of Scarface loosely, and this one sort of follows a narrative of our own making, but cinematic nonetheless.
It's like Mitch McConnell's support of the Russian aluminum magnet in Kentucky that didn't go through.
Yeah, Oleg Deripaska. He's a Russian oligarch and aluminum lord.
Can I just throw in that the synth lines that come into this section are some of my favorite synth lines ever have.
We made a lot of this. We did a lot of the translations in like a translation app, and we just got the AI voice to say it for us.
A lot of it was American propaganda lines about Russia, or things that we studied or you read about. Different, oligarchs, gangsters, mobsters. Can you remember exactly what was in there?
The lyrics on this one have absolutely nothing to do with any of that. It's something. The lyrics are like, when the acquisitions woman turns 40. When they have a work co-party and your coworker has 2 pieces of a cake. They're kind of nonsensical lyrics, and then it just ties in with the Blue Putin chorus. An interesting note about the translation on this one. So I think on this one, we told the story of how the United States government first worked with organized crime during World War II, and they paid dock workers to point out who the fascists were. And I think we loosely told a story of that into Google Translate, had Google translated into Russian, slowed it down to where you could learn it phonetically, and then you recorded it. you know, onto Ableton.
Painstakingly, ham-fistedly trying to my hand at the Russian dialect.
Oh, it's great. It's so fun.
A fun bit about that is musically that those crazy drums are taken from 2 cell phone recording samples of you playing drums and
Gary Harnett.
Gary
Harnett, which is one of my earliest musical collaborators. We had a band called Metal Magician in 4th grade.
Liberty Gary?
Simon and Jude grade school.
Metal Magician?
Yeah.
Oh, that's rad. I didn't know that.
I've never heard that story. Is this a Liberty Gary?
Different Garys. Got to shout out Nate number 8.
Yes. Yeah. Nate.
He came to my attention via Twitter. Pint Dog. He did raps about Pint Dog and Za Monkey.
Yeah.
And this is absolutely the way the internet is supposed to work. Because I was cracking up on these raps he made about Pint Dog, which was this little dachshund drinking a Guinness in a pub. You know, somebody took a video of it. And then he's got another one of a monkey licking a blunt, and he'll make raps about him. But I was just cracking up about this, and I sent him a message on Twitter one day. I was like, would you want to do a verse? And he's like, yes. And we discussed it. And he ended up doing, I think, three songs on this record.
Oh, back to back, dude.
They're all so good. They remind me of they're like our version of grime music.
To my memory, it was so quick. You know, it was like he agreed to do it. You came over and you were like, "Oh, dude, check this out." You told me the story or whatever. And when we sent him the beat, he like sent it back so fast that we were just like, it seemed like he sent it back finished in like 10 minutes or something. So we were like, "Yeah, oh, here's some more."
It was like, it was like 3 songs in an afternoon.
Yeah.
And here we got Attila the Stockbroker. From a recording, I don't know, probably 1982 or something. This dude was like a people's poet in England in like 1980s, early 1980s or whatever. We kind of jacked his verse here, which was from his recording was called "Ranting at the Nation." But I love it because it's kind of like more angry Sleaford Mods.
Rick Mayoff from the Young Ones.
Yeah, right? Yes, definitely. And so this was also, the drum beat on this one was either played by me or Gary Harnett, I forget which one. And I think all the other sounds on here are a haunted elevator shaft.
Yeah. Yeah, boiler room and elevator shaft that I recorded at work. And ran through a bunch of stuff, a bunch of process, but yeah, absolutely haunted.
Yes, and that's what we did. We put a microphone down there, and it captured what it captured.
That's the voice of Jess Meyer.
Oh, that's right. Damn, I forgot.
Yeah, she does. Her voice shows up in this. She does a poem, and then the very end of the record, the DJ remixing is hers. She did that remix that closes out the record.
That's right. I forgot that. It's cold and desolate, and it just goes on and on and on and on. And that's what this is the sound of. Yeah, I mean, this is the backdrop of this is we started this in 2017 or 2016, and so we were going into Trump presidency, going into COVID first time around. So there's a heavy era vibe of paranoia going on in this. It was like Well, there's like paranoia of a hostile takeover of the West of techno-fascist overlords.
Yeah, and a lot of it was, nonstop propaganda.
It's so interesting. It's like, oh, you can completely disrupt an entire country who's like known for like coming together, tragedies by just like having these internet trolls, and they did that absolutely perfectly, and totally melted the minds of our parents, to say the least. The boomer generation, like the newly retired generation who could had time to do the research, kind of stuff. So it's super. It's been interesting. You don't have to fight a war. You can just divide your enemy's citizenry with misinformation, and he did it better than anybody else has ever done in the history of the world.
That's what we've done. We've made Red Dawn and put it on wax.
Right.
And so with that, we flip the record, and now we go to the B-side. I think this was the original notion for what Necro Techno Volume 2 was. I think this was the first thing we bothered to cram together to go, oh yeah, this is like the kind of record we want to make. And, we were definitely listening to a lot of drum and bass.
Yeah.
Back then, a lot of techno for sure. I think we did reach out to Cherry Red Records at some point to see about clearing the sample, and we heard back from them, and I'm not entirely sure. I think where it ended up was they wanted to hear it, and true to form in our capacity, we still haven't bothered to send it to them.
Yeah. It wasn't done.
We still could. We still can.
Yeah. Follow up.
The follow up.
And nothing against the Russians, man. That's the big one about this record,
This is
great. Yeah, I mean, big fans of Russia. Chess, man, big chess fans, ballet fans, vodka fans. This shit is my breakup letter to the NPC Live.
Because really?
Such a piece of shit, piece of equipment for me. I mean, I'm not dogging on it a whole lot. I like the old school NPCs. I tried my hand. I was very excited about the thing. Got the NPC Live, and I hate it so with such a passion. And I tried and tried and tried. A lot of the little kind of synth driven sketches that made the collage, like fillers of this record, are from the mistakes on the NPC Live.
Man, well, thanks so much for joining us. We're Bus Huss, and give the record a listen. We think it's great. We made it in one of the darkest periods of American history so far in my life, and that's what happened.
For sure. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, gang.
All in due time.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Have a listen. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you in 2025.
Nas Vidania.
Where are those friends?